Hello everyone, this is Nortes432 here. Today, I will be talking about my life as a brony. So, guessing as in this is a good story and it's not the Odyssey, we will start from the beginning. How I became a brony. Well, if I remember correctly, it was back in about around when season 2 was started coming out. I would like my dad didn't really have much good shows on his TV, so you have to go on demand, and the only free thing he had was Kids on Demand, so I was stuck watching kids show a lot. So I somehow, in the moment of suspense, came across My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Me, being bored, decided to play it just so I can make fun of it or something like that. Wasn't really sure what my goal was at the point. But after the first episode, I liked it. It was actually good. I was surprised that something that I saw on the shelf of a girl's section of Walmart was actually good. So I watched some more. And soon I eventually got to that sleepover episode. Yeah. That wasn't really fun. I didn't really like it, and kind of put me out of the Brony fandom for a few days. But I jumped back on a while later. What happened was there is this app on the Apple phones or something. I had an app on my iPod called Spray Paint, and what you can do is quite literally you just take a picture. You just take a blank sheet of, and you just draw. That's pretty much it. It's like practically like paint for iPad, and you can like share your art. And some people actually use this to do like role-playing threads and stuff like that, which I was also a part of. But in the long haul, when I was doing spray paint with my ex, Kira, I eventually came across this one brony. I think his name was Blue Brush, who kind of got me back into the fandom. And I thought it was really cool. Again, I didn't watch the show in a long time after this, so I barely knew the physics. And so that's when I created my first OC, Rhymebeat. And so Rhymebeat would become a friend of Blue Brush, and eventually Rhymebeat got his own story, which I'm not going to explain at this point. But that it also led to the creation of 3 other OCs. Lyric Song, his twin sister, because who needs R63 when you have a twin sister? Misbeat, his alternate dimension clone with telekinetic abilities. And Aura, his caretaker, quote unquote. So, again, after I had a major problem with iPod and spray paint and eventually never touched an iPod again, I kinda lost the brony feel for a minute there, man. And then let me tell you something came back. And it was finding, I don't know if it was YouTube or not, but somewhere between YouTube and Netflix, I found My Little Pony Friendship is Magic once more, and this was between season 3 and season 4, and over the summer, like literally this summer, last summer, I found it, and I decided to watch it. And at this point, my brother started watching it too because he was bored. He had nothing else to do. So we started watching MLP together. We watched all 3 seasons, and that day I actually became a true quote unquote brony because like I actually liked the show despite how things were, and I also recalled some things I remembered from the show, like Winter Wrap Up and the Sleepover episode. Not to mention the first episode and Discord, which I also saw. And so yeah, that's basically how I became a true brony. Over the course of the first few days of school, I met KyleThePale in my German class, and we eventually became somewhat of some kind of friends. Basically, we are frenemies of. I don't even know how our relationship works, but he's an acquaintance that I hang out with a lot. And so yeah, from there he made a YouTube and eventually got like 3K. I think I remember it was 3K subscribers ever since he started doing his commentaries. And I was determined to make a YouTube, but at the time I kind of ran into a problem where my mom put a password on the computer and forgot. So I could not get any devices of any sort on my computer. And therefore I was unable to record audio or anything or have any games of any sort except the things I already had, which were Skype and Terra Uprising, I think it's the name of the game. I haven't played it in forever. So I was unable to get anything else. So for the longest time, for the majority of the year, I had nothing. Then one day, so magical God of Luna decided that I should be able to do something in my life. So I was able to get my computer's password taken off by my father, and he also downloaded Chrome onto my computer, which I prefer over Internet Explorer a lot. But other than that, it's just I was able to start a YouTube. I was able to do a whole lot of stuff. I got sound, video pad stuff, Audacity, everything I would ever need to become a somewhat of a YouTuber. Except some things I just don't have. So yeah. Kick off my YouTube, got Facebook, got some friends together, built Spitfire Films, started the film fiction back in December 2013, and started writing My Little Zombie, stopped on the first chapter, came back recently, and created a whole cult following where we are building it up constantly because who doesn't like zombies in Ponyville, especially something that's become this successful, even though it's barely been heard of really, other than the people I know. So that's the story of my life and how I became a brony. And I encourage the rest of Spitfire Films. I order you as your boss for the rest of the Spitfire Films to do a recording of themselves just talking about how they became a brony, and we'll upload them and let's see how things work out. And it will be great. I like to hear stories. You guys might like to hear stories. And I know that Spitfire Films, most of them don't like telling stories. So things are going to be fun, right? Alright, well, since that's everything I have to say for now, I will be logging off and going to get a pizza. Ciao!